GTalk2020. You know the vibes. Episode 30, season 2. I got my sister. I know a lot of niggas be like, a lot of people say this my sis, this my bro, but no, this my people. Love her to life. Real talk, real person. Definitely a great, phenomenal individual as well, attorney. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her. We got attorney Ariel, or you can call her Ari Williams. So we gonna get right into it. You know, I got my boy Hector in the building. He laying low. What's good? Boss Chav, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Blessed to be here another week, man.
For sure, for sure. So tell us what inspired you to become a lawyer.
Um, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. Okay, so my voice is like a little deep, y'all.
It's all good.
I hate how I sound on camera or my voice is like so raspy. Um, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I've never wanted to be anything else. So I can't remember when I said it. I just know. I always tell the story that when during the O.J. Simpson trial, my family wasn't necessarily rooting for like O.J. Simpson, but they were rooting for Johnny Cochran because he was a black attorney in the courtroom, like doing his thing, and they were happy about that.
Right.
And so I got inspired by that, and I was like, I want to be just like him. And I wanted to be an entertainment lawyer. I mean, I'm a criminal defense attorney, but that's what kind of really inspired.
Yeah, I feel that. Now, do you feel more African Americans should become lawyers or at least know the law? What are your takes on?
I think everyone should kind of know the law.
Yeah,
Ignorance of the law is no defense.
yeah,
Um, as far as black and brown people, African Americans, I think that we should push ourselves to the limit. I mean, law school, I'm gonna turn my phone down. Sorry, y'all.
okay.
Law school was like rough, but you can do it.
Yeah.
3 years. Once you get an undergrad degree, I got a master's degree. I didn't have to. I did. Went to law school. 3 years. It's a lot of fucking work. But we are hard workers. So you can get it done. I try to push black women, even though we need more black men in the legal field, but my firm is a black woman and own operator firm. So I own my own firm, my own criminal defense firm, Ari Williams Law. I am a criminal defense attorney and I hire black women to work for me. So trying to inspire them.
That's real, real. That's definitely a blessing. So when you decided to become a lawyer, have your own law firm, what made you want to, in a way, reach for black women?
Well, because I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just was inevitable, like that I would help another black woman. I got sisters. So, one of my sisters, she actually works for me. She's a high school student. She's 17, a senior in high school. And she works for me. So, I mean.
She aspired to be a lawyer, too?
No. She needs a job.
That's how I started to get introduced to something.
Being a professional, obviously, you never know what that
Yeah, you never know what it inspires. And, like, why am I going to have my sister out there searching for a job where she can't feel like herself or she got to clock in? Nothing's wrong with clocking in, but what I'm saying is that people down her back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her to grow and to figure out what she wants to do. And she can work for her sister who has the means to help her. She doesn't have to go out and search and ask other people. Like, I can position her. And you never know if she wants to do something better in life and she needs a recommendation, she'll have a recommendation from a law firm.
Yeah.
Or reputable. I consider myself reputable. My firm reputable law firm. So, yeah.
I feel that. Now, we all seen you on the news, but recently, but this isn't your first time being on the news or going viral. A few years back, you went viral on the internet, and I think it was when you passed your bar.
Yeah, when I passed the bar.
And so, how was that experience? And do people still come up to you and be like, "Oh, you're the lawyer that I seen on the TV"? Is it?
I think at church someone said that, but
Yeah.
not really. There's so many viral moments.
Yeah.
People don't keep up with these viral moments. Like in moments,
Like it was probably 2014.
yeah, like in a moment, it's just that it's a moment.
Yeah.
I tell my people, well, not my family, but I was telling my mom the other day, we were referencing like somebody that went viral. I'm like, everybody gets a turn.
Yeah.
So, these viral moments, huh? Correct. And so people who see me, they don't really notice that I went viral from the bar. Not really. Not from 2018. Hell no.
Yeah, not now. But
Yeah.
when it happened, was you getting stopped a lot when it first happened?
Not stopped a lot because some people will stop me and say, I know you from somewhere. I moved into this apartment building, and the guy at the front desk was like, I know you from somewhere. I'm on the internet, some Facebook. I'm like, oh yeah, I passed the bar exam. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So that's it. But it ain't like that shit made me famous or nothing. It's just a moment. Like, listen, that viral stuff, I don't be trying to make it happen. It just happened.
Yeah.
It just creates clout, right?
Right.
But I'm more of a money type of person. So if you never know me, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about like the viral moments and all that. If it's not generating any income, it don't matter to me. Yeah. Like doing interviews and telling my story. I like to inspire people, but I really, really want the money.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to.
That's what you got to tell people, boy. Come on now, you can't become a lawyer because you pay $15 an hour.
Correct. Well, they tell you that if you become a criminal defense attorney, you're not going to make any money. Don't do criminal defense. Everybody told me not to do criminal defense. Right, but there's it's like a select few people who can start their own law firm and be good.
Yeah.
Like I had 4 employees. I had 3 now. One, she's not working for me anymore. But many people can't just leave, graduate law school, work for a year, and start a law firm. I've only been a lawyer for 3 years.
Damn. So what did you start off at? After you graduated, did you start off public defender?
No, I worked at like a small boutique criminal defense firm. I worked for this guy in Lake County who he's been in the game for 40 years and he's really good. Like people love him. He wins. And I started working for him, and then I started my own law firm. But like people don't do that. They don't just happen. And people start business all the time. People always start a business to say I got a business, but they're not making no fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So like you going to get an LLC to not make no money?
Just
like go work a job like that. I don't understand it to just say you got a business. I don't get it. But I'm very blessed. Yeah. And I know I'm blessed. Heavy as the head. Yeah. So I have a huge responsibility on me to myself, my family, my community, and I understand that. But a lot of people, it don't happen for them like this. It just don't. Yeah. Like I live well. Yeah. Like as if the money that I make now, people told me I had to go into corporate to make this amount of money. Yeah. They're like, oh, if you work criminal defense, you're going to have to work for years before you can make $100,000. You're fucking kidding me? Like, what? That's like peanuts to me.
It's
It's absolutely God. It ain't nobody but God. Like, it ain't nobody but God. Like, God say, show them the light so they can know who I am.
You definitely gotta pop your shit because you just said 3 years out of college.
Out of law school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, for real.
Congratulations. That's big.
I appreciate that.
Now, do you have any advice for anyone wanting to be a lawyer or just anyone, to follow their dreams? Like, what was one thing that kept you going?
What was the tedious moment of your dream?
Advice. Let me start with advice. To just do it like Nike. I didn't sacrifice a lot of shit to be where I am. Relationships, being a parent, a lot to be where I am. And it's hard. Yeah. Like, I'm 31. I make good money, very good money. I got 3 employees. Well, I got a law clerk. Well, I got 4 employees. I had 5, and I'm counting my sister. She's an intern as an employee because she do get paid. I don't do free internships. Everybody that comes through my door gets paid. So I sacrificed a lot to be here. Like, I'm 31. I live in a nice apartment on the 41st floor, city view, car paid off, own firm, employees, my family. I take care of my family. Like, I buy what the fuck I want to buy. I go where the hell I want to go, but I'm single. I don't got no kids. So it's like,
It's pros and cons.
yeah, it's pros and cons. It's like, yeah, I want to be like, I kind of wish I would have had kids younger, but I sacrificed a lot to like do this. Or sometimes I'd be like, well, kind of, I would like a boyfriend, but then it's like,
I got shit to do.
they get on my fucking nerves. Like,
And already got, you just had a client call you for 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes, not even 15. It's I started 11 minutes ago. 15 minutes ago, a client called me. They called me, like, I remember I was on a date with this one guy. And he was like, a client, they had called me and was like, he was teaching me, because I don't know how to play chess. I've always wanted to know how to play chess.
Chess is a good game.
It's a good game. It's a good game to know. And I was like, he brought his board over there. Well, I had the board already. He's like, all right, I'm going to come teach you how to play chess. It's like all the day over my house. Yeah. And I got a client call me, like, a new client, like, hey, Ari, this person just got locked up. I need you to go to the station. Oh, my visits are, you got to pay me this amount of money for my visits. All right, cool. We're going to send it. But they kind of didn't sound like they were going to send it. So the guy had just gotten there. He was like, so you about to leave? I'm like, I don't think they're going to send the money. Don't worry about it. But they sent the money. Yeah. And I got to go. Yeah. So I had on, like, pajamas. I had to go put on, like, court clothes. Yeah. Like, slacks, nice shirt. I'm out the door. Yeah. And he was upset. He was like, you make yourself too available. That's what he told me to my clients. And I cut him off instantly. I never answered the phone again.
You know why I understand that? Because your lifestyle is already established. And you can't understand that from the gate.
Yeah.
You got to know that coming in. Yeah. You got to know that coming in. When the phone rings, that's money calling.
Absolutely. I'm like, are you going to pay my bills?
So, like, even if he had his own business and shit, like, if he has a construction, anything,
if you got to go, you got to go.
Your property manager and something got to be wrong with the property.
Doing just for the date, the missed couple, whatever, how much it is.
And we had just started dating, like, bruh.
Right, you're doing too much.
Like, this is like the first and second date. Relax. Right. You were supposed to had said,
oh, it's cool.
It's cool, right? Like,
get that money.
Yeah, go. Like, I'll see you later. Right. I would have been so happy with you.
Would have been like, this the one, I'm rocking with him.
Like, yeah, like, you understand. Thank you very much. Yeah. But for him to say, you make yourself too available to my money?
Yeah, no problem.
Don't play with me.
Yeah, that's
what everybody wants the money, but everybody ain't willing to pay.
No, nobody want to work. I tell people that all the time. Like, people look and be like, oh my God, you are excellent. You got this, you bomb. And I'm like, y'all don't even know how much I work for this. My best friend just called me while I was on my way here. And she's like, dang, you ain't at the office? And I'm like, I'm going to this podcast or whatever. And she like, because it's 8, I'm normally at the office. Yeah. Like, I'll leave the office probably like 8. She called me at like 7:30.
So what time does your day start?
I get up at 6.
6. So you're really doing 12.
Yeah. Huh? Course started at 9. I always get to my office at least an hour early, at least. Because it's Zoom court. Mm-hmm. But some courts are in person. Like tomorrow I got Will County tomorrow. They're in person. And then I got a hearing in person at 26th Street. But I got 4 other cases that's on Zoom. So if I'm going strictly Zoom, I try to get to my office an hour early because I like to get my coffee ready. I like to go look over all the files, make sure everything is legit. I don't like to scramble when court start. Like my staff, they 9 to 5, they'll come in, whatever. I just like to be there early. When I used to clerk or even work at my old law firm, I was the first one there and the last one to leave. Even when I was a law student, when he hired me as an attorney working for him, same. We didn't start till 8:30. I would get there at 8 every day, and then everybody would leave at like 5:30. I would leave like 6:30, something like that. But it was in Lake County, so I used to catch the train. I have a car when I first started, so I used to have to catch the train from Lake County to Chicago. So I used to have to get to Cook County. So I used to have to get on like a train every hour, either the 7 o'clock train or the 6 o'clock train. Well, it was like I get on the 7 o'clock train to get home, and I didn't get home till like 9:30.
What is the hustle in you? Like, where did the hustle come from? like I said, it's deeply rooted in you.
Yeah. My mother, my entire life, my mom worked 7 days a week. And I just always tell myself, I never worked that hard. I'll never work that hard. Like, she works too hard. She works too hard. And I found myself working that hard. 7 days a week. Like, I have visits at 26th Street Saturday already set up. And then I have, I got to work out Saturday. So I just scheduled that, rescheduled. Because my trainer comes twice a week to my apartment building and work me out on my roof. So I scheduled that to Saturday. And then I got like this thing for convicted felons at this church or whatever, this house bill they're trying to pass. I want to support that Saturday. So my calendar be full.
Yeah. Now, how does that like work? Like, some say you be a nice guy, and he's like, "I just got these tickets to this J. Cole concert tonight." You like, I gotta.
Listen, this I always tell people: you make time for what you want to make time for.
Yeah.
Like, if I like you, I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna move, and plus, I own my own company.
Right.
I will move things around unless I'm like going in trial the next day. I can always adjust.
Yeah.
Like, I'll work overtime. Like, say if you say I got tickets to this concert, and normally I get to work at 8 in the morning, then I'll just go to the concert with you and get to work at like 6 in the morning to make up for like the night before.
And that's even more dedication because you just turned up at the concert and then you gotta.
I will do it.
Hey,
I'll do it. If I really like the guy, I'll do it. If I don't, I'll make all type of excuses like, well, I gotta do this. You know, I'm a lawyer. I'm super busy. Understand my schedule. That's because I don't like you. It's not because I'm really that busy. People I'm like one of the busiest persons ever. Yeah. I will make time for what I want to make time. If I don't make time for you, that's what I don't want to. Because if I wanted to make time for you and I got something to do, I'll be like, I can't do it at this time, but I try to like adjust the schedule. So I'm like, well, let's do it tomorrow. If I just totally say I can't do it, that's because I don't want to do it.
I think we all like that though. That's
the truth. Yeah. But that's not. A lot of people want to admit it. A lot of people like, I'm really busy. No, you're not. No, you're not.
You can't try to do it.
You ain't that busy.
You either do it or you don't.
Yeah. Stuff closes at a certain time. I get tired at a certain time. Yeah. I'm not working till like 10 really. If I start working at 8, 7 in the morning, I'm really not working till 10. I'm drowsy. I'm tired. Yeah. My brain stops working at a certain time. I'm ready to relax. So that relaxation could be like his time or something like that. Yeah.
So, have you ever been emotionally attached to a case?
All my cases.
Yeah.
I love all of my clients. Like, they get, like, I really love what I do. Yeah. I like fighting for these guys. I like helping them. Like, so I got a case right now. This guy out west, he sends me a lot of clients because I like be like motion for him. And he got a Fed case now. I'm fighting his Fed case. I like do a lot of cases. He sends me everybody he thinks of. So he just sent me this one guy in prison. He wants me to help him with some stuff. And the guy called me when I was on the other line with an attorney, and he texts my client who like sends me everybody, and he's like, he said you're not answering for him. So I called the guy. So finally I called because so the guy in prison 3-way from somebody. Yeah. But then he 3-way my client. And so they all talking. There's 3 of them talking. They homies. So then I called the phone from the first guy he 3-way me from. Like, is he still on the phone? Like, yeah, I'm on the phone. But I didn't know my client who sent him to me was on the other line too. So I'm like, why would you tell him that I'm not answering the phone for you? And then the other client's like, Ari, I'm on the phone too. And I'm like, why y'all playing these fucking games? And they like, Ari, no, we just trying to tell you won't answer the phone because I'm not gonna answer every time they think I'm just like available. I love all my clients. Yeah. I get it. Listen, I get like if I don't get my way or win or something like that, if I don't have my way in the courtroom, I'm mad. I'm upset. Like, or if I feel like they playing my client, I'm upset. Yeah. Because I feel like y'all trying to.
So it becomes like a family thing kind of
yeah
thing. You know, like why you playing my cousin? Yeah. You know, like,
yeah. And I'm young, so like we're like the same age. Right. And I'm a black woman. So they're used to older white males. Mm-hmm. They get a young black girl and I feel like I'm their sister. Mm-hmm. I'm their
from the judge and the prosecutor standpoint, how do they perceive you?
They'll take you as a joke until you talk your shit. Mm-hmm. we got to prove to them. Like, you have to. When I first came, because I started in Lake County. Like, I'm from Cook County, but I started in Lake County. So I worked for like one of the top attorneys down there. So they respected me because I worked for him. And I did a trial with him. And the judges, like, I garnered a lot of respect for doing a trial with him one day. Because he never do trials with nobody. And he partnered with me. And he let me do it with him. And they was like, you good. And so I garnered a lot of respect. So when I came to Cook County, and I started my firm in Cook County, but I hadn't been working in Cook County. I was doing all my work in Lake County. So I didn't know any real judges in Cook County. I only knew the people, like the judges I met in law school, but I had never practiced in front of them. And so when I came to Cook County, it was like uncharted territory. They was looking at me like, who is this young girl? Like, what she think she about to do? Like, who is she? So they were like, the judges thought that I was like they could say whatever they want to say to me until like I started standing my ground and like, cause I was like
really laying the law down.
Yeah, at first I was like kind of like nervous, and I talked to this older attorney in Houston that I met. His last name is Williams too. He was like, listen, if you believe basically that you walk on water, he gave me this analogy, and you act like it, they gonna think you walk on water. So essentially, if you believe and act confident, they gonna believe whatever you selling. So if you walk in that courtroom acting like you know what you're talking about, even when you don't know what you're talking about, they gonna believe it. Trust me. So when he told me that, from that day, I was like, I'm gonna walk in. Like when I felt like that the judges was thinking I don't know, I'm gonna walk in here like I got the confidence. My trial teachers used to always tell me, you may be wrong, but never in doubt. So you may be wrong, but never doubt yourself ever. So
always be confident.
Always be confident. So once I started to believe I was just confident, I knew what I was talking about. Even when I knew I was talking about, but like had a little doubt that I did it, because like he practiced 40 years, and I was like saying, comparing myself, I act like I knew what I was talking about.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
So how do your clients perceive you when you go up to front of the judge?
They love me because they know I'm gonna stand up for them. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta send this text. My clients love me. They know that she's gonna fight for me, that you're not gonna be able to say whatever you want to say to her, and if anybody protects me, she protects me. Like I'll take the bullet before they take the bullet. And I always tell them, like today, one of my clients, I was in Douglas County, it's by Champaign County, it's Tuscola. I had court there and I was an hour late, but I had already told my client. And he had never been in trouble before, so he was scared. Yeah. Oh, the judge is in and it's a conservative. Okay, looking at me. I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm the lawyer. I already told him I'm gonna be late. You've been here since 9. They're not gonna say nothing to you. If anything, I'm gonna get the bullet. Let me take the bullet. Shut up. Relax. As long as you do what you gotta do, they're not gonna say nothing to you. They're gonna yell at me, but so what? So what? Let me take that. So my clients know that I'm not afraid of it. And if it boils down to, they know I'm gonna come for them. They know for a fact if you lock me up, she's gonna come. Mm-hmm. She absolutely gonna come. Like, call my lawyer. She's gonna be here. Right. Like, hella hot water, she's gonna be here. Mm-hmm. So you work throughout the whole state of Illinois? Mm-hmm. I don't like cases. I charge more if I have to go like too far. Like the Douglas County case, he pays more. I practice out there because I know there's a need for me. Yeah. But I don't want to travel that far. Like, I just get so tired. It is, but I remember my first case, like one of my first cases when I first became attorney, it was in LaSalle County. I'm like, LaSalle County, what the hell is that at? I get there, my client's like, listen, everybody in this jail mostly is whites. I've never been to a jail where most of the people are whites. Jails I've been to, most people are black and brown. So he was like, there's very few of me here. And so they were trying to offer him DOC time. I'm like, man, they were saying he sold drugs to a CI. But what happened was the CI gets in the back of the car with him. He gives him a Newport container. Mm-hmm. He gives it to him. Allegedly, the drugs were in the container. But on the camera, you just see him give him the Newport thing, but he asked for a cigarette. Mm-hmm. The CI was saying that's code for I'm asking for a cigarette. That's how we always do it. But he had no proof that that's how they did it. Mm-hmm. He asked for a cigarette. You see my client give him a Newport box. Right. Motherfucker, you got a cigarette.
Right.
You ain't getting no drugs.
Right.
I don't care what you say.
'Cause this
You
is what
ain't
we
getting
can
no
do.
drugs.
Right.
Show where the drugs at. You got to show that shit on the camera.
You gotta have
Y'all should have locked him up then.
Right.
Y'all should have searched him because if y'all gave him marked money, he would have had marked money on him. You ain't lock him up until a month later. And you want to tell me that he was selling drugs to him? It wasn't no new. So I set it for trial. When I set it for trial, he had been in the county for a month. When I set it for trial, they had offered him probation. So we took the probation and got up out of their way. Like, all right, fuck, let's take the probation. And the judge really commended me. She really said on the record, like, because he was like, thank you, judge. The judge was like, don't thank your, she was a white lady. Don't thank us. Thank your attorney. Your attorney, it's her first time practicing LaSalle. She did a wonderful job. As soon as she told you she was going to help you, because the first day I'm like, I got you. And on the record. So she told she's going to help you. As soon as she came in, she's done exactly what she said. So thank her. She's like, oh, Ms. Williams, we hope to see you again in LaSalle. I was like, hell no.
What cities around there? I want to say like
I don't know.
Cairo. Is that by Cairo?
Probably.
That sounds like LaSalle County, somewhere far south. Yeah. But speaking of you being a lawyer in correctionals and everything and dealing with the DOC, can you tell us more about the program you're doing with Statesville Penitentiary? Is that cool? We talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we opened up a recording studio yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday was Tuesday, right? Tuesday.
2 days ago. Today's Thursday.
On the 5th.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
My day.
Yeah,
we opened up a recording studio on the 5th.
Yeah.
At Stateville Correctional Center, and
that's a legend. Well, infamous. Can't call it legendary. Infamous jail too. So
yeah.
that's a big need.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And hold on one second. I'm so.
Yeah.
It ain't no outlet, like making music is therapy. So just imagine you get that outlet in the jail, bro. So it's like, for whatever reason it is for, it's a positive.
Yeah. So here's how it happened. My uncles rapped. Mm-hmm. They've always rapped. We have a recording studio in my grandmother's basement that my uncles built. Yeah. And my uncles are felons. One of my uncles, he's in prison doing 10 years for a crime he didn't commit in Wisconsin. I'm helping him with his post-conviction now. I just got off the phone with the witness. Well, not just got off the phone, but Monday. The woman who said that he sold the drugs to her lied to the police. So this is an interesting case, and I'm going to talk about it. Okay. My uncle, my boo, who is that? Chrissy. Oh, she's talking about you or something? Oh, my boys. Boys, I'm like, boo.
Yeah. What's up, Chrissy? What's good, sis?
So my uncle, he sold heroin. And someone in Wisconsin, my family lives in Waukegan. Someone in Wisconsin, a white guy, he overdosed off of heroin laced with fentanyl. He was with his friends, a white woman, a white guy, and him. They went and bought the heroin from a dealer. They lived in Kenosha. Kenosha is like 15 minutes away from Waukegan. They drove to Waukegan to buy the heroin. He's in the hotel. They're doing the heroin. He overdoses in the hotel. His friend that he did the heroin, he left. He left him in the hotel. Somehow the hotel staff gets in the room or something like that. They find him dead. Call the police. Traced his phone or whatever. They found his friend. His friend said we bought it from a dealer in Waukegan. Who we all with? It was me, him, and this one girl. They contact the girl. The girl comes to the station and say, we bought it from my dealer. Where's your dealer in Waukegan? What's his name? Tell him my uncle's name. What time did y'all buy him? We've been about here. We bought it earlier. Now the autopsy said the guy died at around midnight. That's when he died. So she's high off heroin herself when she's being interviewed. The police, they didn't have any evidence that she actually bought it from him that day. So what they did was set up controlled buys. Like, okay, well, let's go buy more heroin from him. But they used, not her, the other guy who didn't die. It was 3 of them. One died, a girl, and the guy didn't die. I'm trying not to say names, so it's hard for me to tell the story. But So they used the guy, not her, to set up my uncle. They go and do 3 controlled buys. Now, they were supposed to get Waukegan police to do it because they did the buys in Illinois. They were crossing over from Wisconsin to Illinois. That's not their jurisdiction. They had no jurisdiction to go and do a control buy with the CI in Waukegan. So that was an issue. He had a shitty lawyer. I was in law school when it happened. And the attorney I worked for, he charged, like, he paid his lawyer $30,000 to fight the case. My attorney was charging $80,000, $70,000, $80,000. So he was like, I'll just pay the $30,000. He should have just paid the $70,000, $80,000 because he probably could have saved his life, right? So it was a drug-induced homicide. So they go and buy the drugs from my uncle 3 times. Now, my uncle didn't sell the drugs. He only did the phone calls. Somebody else sold it to him. But
he was like middleman pretty much.
He wasn't the middleman because allegedly it was his shit. He had somebody working for him.
Oh, okay.
So he sent his worker. But he never did it. Only one time they called hand in hand with him. Right. They had 3 control buys. 2 was with somebody else. 1 was with him. So when they charged him with the control buys, they charged him with the homicide. Now those buys only show that he sold drugs that day. It does not show that he sold drugs to the guy on the day he overdosed. So the police, they get him. He in the car with the police. He like, what the fuck y'all? Now they arrest. He like at a hotel, chilling one day. They busting a hotel search warrant for him, arrest warrant. He like, what the fuck y'all got an arrest warrant for me for? They're like, you know what it is. We told you we're gonna get you or whatever. He bring up, you know these people. He like, yeah, it's about a death. He said a death. He like, a death when? He tell him that. He like, I ain't see them on that day. I did not see them on that day. He like, yes, you did. He like, no, I didn't. He like, the most y'all got is a delivery for me. I didn't fucking serve nobody on that day. I didn't do that. So they, yes, you did. So they looked through the girl phone. She did have a 15-second phone call with one of his phones on that morning. So that week when they got him, they got her in custody now. She comes to them. Now she's clear. She ain't been smoking for days. She goes to the police and say, now that my mind is clear, I didn't buy it from him.
That's how this should be.
And logically, they were supposed to get the girl and sit on her ass for 48 hours and get drugs out of her system.
They should have. That would be a good proper investigation. That's what his attorney could have used to impeach her. She was high, right? But so here's what happened. The police didn't want to believe her. They didn't want to believe her. So essentially, his lawyer didn't put in all the proper motions. His lawyer, I think she was scared. She convinced him to take a plea. The plea was 10 years. But she was telling him that he will only do, I forgot how much.
Like 5 out of 10.
Whole time, the plea was actually, the range, because it was an open plea. So what the range she told him wasn't the actual range. So when he said, yeah, it was so bad when he said take the plea, the fucking judge sentenced him to 17 years. So out of the 17, he got to do 10. He had done like 2. He got to do 10. He got to do a percent of the whole thing, but he still got to do 10 years. It's not the Fed.
Oh, it's not?
State.
Okay.
But Wisconsin laws is different. Some of our, like with the truth and sentence, some of our cases are 85% too. Yeah, not everything is 50%. Murders are 100. Like attempted murders is like 85. Yeah. So, anywho, the witness, they told her that she wouldn't be charged. Well, she did get charged. They sentenced her to 11 years for like a reckless homicide or reckless something. So he was an informant for them. He was the one who set up the buys for them. Yeah. So he got a deal. He got like 3 years or something. Anywho, right. We talked to the...
That's another question I want to ask after this story.
We talked to the witness the other day, the woman, and she said, listen, I did talk to him that day, that morning, but I didn't go see him. We went to see somebody that he knew. I told him that now in my mind, that's the truth, because that night, the autopsy said he died at midnight. The drugs that we got when I was with them, we smoked that in the morning. We had got those early in the morning. They called me to go back and get more drugs. I didn't want to go with them. I didn't go with them to go get more drugs that night. So whatever they got that night, that was what he died off of. What he got with me, he smoked that morning. I don't know who they got the drugs from that night. But when she got arrested the first time, she told him it was from my uncle. Right. So they just roll with that. And it really wasn't from him.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. So now he's serving time in prison. So then the judge says at sentencing, he read a letter, my uncle reads a letter at sentence like, I'm pleading guilty, but I really didn't do this.
Yeah.
And the judge say, well, even if you do this, you were selling drugs, so somebody could have died. So
just on you anyway.
Just on you anyway.
That's horrible.
It's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Like,
now, how can you fix that? Like,
so we're doing post-conviction petitions. We're getting newly discovered evidence. We're getting affidavits. We're trying to build a post-conviction petition for him to show prove actual innocence. And the affidavit from her, the signed sworn affidavit with her will help.
One of my homies, this is a sidebar, and it's, you know, kind of like a lead-up question to one of the questions I have. He's...
You can't see me.
Oh, sorry. He was wrongfully accused of a crime. He did 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's my homie, but he's like 42, 43.
Okay.
So early 20s, he went in. I think he got caught up in that Burns case. That Burns thing.
What? Torture charges?
Yeah, I think he got caught up in that, like the last of those. Burge, yeah, not Burns. Thank you. And he settled for a few M's, and they let him out. But now he's an Uber driver.
He probably spent his money.
He's still waiting on the money, he says.
The state is broke.
He's planning a wedding next year. Do you think it's a realistic that
I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch.
But
he could be planning a wedding that's not an expensive wedding. It depends on how big. If he's planning a wedding, banking on what he has now.
They're house shopping. They're like, they're going.
I don't really know how it goes with the payoffs for that.
The money is going to be here this time, this month, couple months from now. And they're just like, that's what they said. And they're just like,
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Yeah.
But it may work for him. I don't. I've learned so much. I've been fucked so many times with counting chickens before they hatch.
Yeah.
I just wait. I only do with what I see.
Now, is that through life or through law?
Everything.
Yeah.
I thought you counted
before.
Like, I'm not going to spend no money that ain't in my hand.
Yeah.
It got to be in my hand, in my account.
Can't be promised. Can't be nothing we talked about. Can't be nothing.
And I don't even let people promise me money.
Yeah.
I don't even play those games.
Yeah.
I don't even put myself in situations where I need money from nobody.
Real talk.
And if I loan you money, I don't even expect it back. I only give what I expect. I will never give you, but I'm gonna be mad about you never paying back. Because if you don't pay me back, I'm not gonna chase you. You just will never get shit else from me.
Yeah. We can still be cool. You just can't get shit. Ain't shit coming. That's how. Yeah.
I don't even make it weird, and I only really loan to like my family.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't count. He should relax. Yeah. That's just what I'm saying. He should relax.
Yeah. Now, I know.
Okay. Have you ever took on a free case?
Yep. I got an attempted murder. Girl from Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
She was in a car with her boyfriend. Well, she was at home. He was outside. He was cheating or whatever. He see his ex-girlfriend in the neighborhood. They get to arguing. He called his girl, man, come get me. I see this, whatever, come get me. She go get him. He get in the car with her. They driving. Just so happened the ex-girlfriend get in her car. They pull at the light together. They arguing back and forth.
In the car?
She in one car, her car.
Oh,
he in the car with his girlfriend. Right. He in the passenger side because his girlfriend driving. His ex-girlfriend in the car next to him driving. With her friend in the car with her. They arguing. Somehow the nigga pull out a gun and shoots the girl. And they charged both of them with an attempted murder. My client and the boyfriend. So I'm representing the woman. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what the hell? No, explain. What does that have to do with her?
She accomplished.
That's
so you with the girlfriend that was in the car? Yes, the boy. You defend her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. Because she ain't got nothing to do with that.
I think it is, but she didn't immediately pull over. She didn't call the police. She drove off. And the police, they caught them the same day, like not even that long later. Like probably like not even 30 minutes later. So but there's history of domestic violence. Like he's beaten her so many times in the past. So my argument is that she was fearful. Like, what's she gonna do? This man in the car with a gun. He just shot a woman. Yeah. She picking him up. What makes her think he's not gonna shoot her? How do we know she wasn't gonna get in the house and call the police? It just happened when y'all pulled him over. So we have a solid defense. Yeah. Him not so much, but I have a solid defense for my client. In that case, it's pro bono.
Yeah. True. Now that's a good lead to my next question. Being a black person and or just an entrepreneur, how important do you think it is to have a lawyer?
This is juice. I'm drinking my juice. This is not nothing else.
We're drinking juice. I know you guys expect other things from us on the show, but sis said, I'm an attorney. I can't be around that. It's above me now.
It's not I can't be around that. I don't want to be around that on camera, honest, realistically.
That's what I mean. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a human being. Alcohol is legal. Yeah. Marijuana is legal. It is. I just don't want to be around it on camera.
Yeah. For sure. We love both on GTalk2020. So, sponsors, come on and give us what you got.
Like, seeing people like your stature, just like, they really, when they kick it, they kick it more harder than
hell yeah. Because we be fucked up. Let me tell you, mentally, I be
stressing. So you be
like, I'll be wondering. Like, I'm telling you, I used to say, why do people do drugs?
The door like my bad, G.
I used to be like, why people doing all these hard drugs? Y'all got to be crazy. I wouldn't do it. But the older I get and the more money I make and the more busier I get, I see why. You need like a release. Mm-hmm. Like I'm really like, I'm heavy into like church and my faith, but I just get tired. I was in Atlanta last weekend and I went by myself.
Those be the best trips though, low key.
That was my first trip ever going by myself and I actually enjoyed it. Yeah. I was like, what?
I'm telling you, I travel all the time.
I needed that. But I was working, like, one day we went out to a club. The next day I was supposed to just rest. I was supposed to take my cousin, because my cousins live in Atlanta. I was going to take them to a spa. I slept the whole day in my hotel room. But I had issues with, like, my company. So my payment manager was calling me. He was on the phone for hours. I'm like, I'm supposed to be on vacation. Like, I can't even relax. My ex, we were in Cabo last year for his birthday. We were on the massage table. I'm talking on the phone to my clients, getting a massage in Cabo. Like, I just get really overwhelmed a lot. But I just like tell myself, just keep working, just keep working. I try to like keep going. Like just don't I be feeling like I'm an energized bunny. I go to sleep, I wake up, my trainer get there at 7 in the morning, I get up at 6, get ready to work out. And then my sister just moved to LA. So my nephew, I'm caring for him. I've been caring for him for 2 months. He's 7. So I gotta take him to school every morning, pick him up, get him dressed, make his lunch. Like this morning, I had a workout this morning because it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, my trainer comes home. No, it's Thursday. Yesterday. My trainer came at 7. My nephew I had to wake up, cook him out of the air fryer, put his chicken in the air fryer as lunch. He don't like the school food, so I have to cook for him. I have to cook for him almost every day, or bring him Subway or McDonald's to lunch. If I can't, I'll make sure I cook it. He like lobster tails and shit, so I'll grill a lobster tail for him, put it for lunch with some broccoli, with some rice or whatever for him. Like he's 7. So I got to take care of my nephew, my firm. I never really have time. I get tired.
Them teachers probably looking at your kid like,
good sleep. I try to go to sleep every night at least by 11. I feel like from 11 to 6, that's good sleep.
Yeah, it is.
That's excellent sleep.
It is.
At 6 o'clock, I am up and ready to go.
That's actually that's actually my schedule. By the time I get off my teaching gig and doing my after school programs and everything, chilling, I'm in bed by 9, chilling, laying down, trying to do a little 1-hour Bible study. 11 o'clock, TV off. I'm up at 6.
You do a 1-hour Bible study every night?
Yeah. And if I can't actually read the Bible, I do an audio. Because you multitask. You know how it is.
You got the Bible audio?
Yeah.
I need to get it.
Yeah. If you download the Bible app.
I got the Bible app. Oh, you can do audio.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can attest to the nigga got some type of logical shit going on.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's the Bible, but he got some type of logical shit going on.
Yeah, I'm changing. You see him changing?
He's obtaining some type of
You see him changing? I'm mellow now.
You still ain't shit.
That's subjective. Ain't shit is subjective.
In certain areas.
Yeah.
You got growth in certain areas.
I got growth in certain areas. I'm still a person that likes to do things. You know. So
do it like it's your B-Day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
Every day my B-Day, every night Valentine's.
Every night is Valentine's Day for me. But every day is my B-Day for me. I had this quote today. I was on the Black Women's Word Association. We had our annual fundraiser.
Yeah, how was that?
It was nice.
Yeah.
And this is, a lawyer said this, and where is she? I wrote it down. And I was like, this is my new mantra. It says, what she say? Oh, show up big in every aspect of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what you do,
do it big.
Do it big.
Real big.
Don't think, big. Oh, this is just a little this, so I ain't really got it. No, you do it show up big, because if you give your best in everything, that's gonna open up the doors for some in ways you don't even know.
You know, that's one of my pet peeves. Somebody calling something I'm doing little. It don't even matter if it is something little, like little podcast, little clothes.
Okay, a podcast little.
At first, now everybody, bro, I been knew you was. All the mother niggas was talking that shit, nigga. I was there, bro. Nigga, you remember all of that? I'm there now. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm moving up. Before it was little. I was little last season. Season 1 was little, you know. First it was
this season 2.
This season 2. You know. Now we got some sponsors, and you know, we got like big name headliners, you know what I mean? We hit niggas upside the head. Now it's like, my nigga, you the one. I told niggas.
Y'all get paid for this?
Yeah.
They pay y'all?
We pay us.
How y'all pay y'all?
We got sponsorships and
Barstool?
No, we're about to start back fucking with Podbean. We was fucking with Podbean, Patreon, sponsorships.
Y'all was on Patreon?
Yeah. You know what I mean? But when all that YouTube shit happened,
y'all get paid well?
I think so. I think we could get paid better once I do a few more logistics.
Yeah, you invest the money first.
Yeah.
Did y'all invest the money?
Yeah. All this, us, but self-made, self-invested.
It could be more in the media aspect.
Like
he
what?
will social media hard.
Yeah.
Like what?
You get it, like really with just getting your business out there on online services. This is an online thing. You really got to hit like. I decided yesterday I found some iHeartMedia. You can pay for advertisement on their podcast streams, or you can go through like run an ad on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Let it know.
I do. I run ads.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to start running ads. Before, you know, how we are. We don't self-made, nigga. Why would we pay? You know what I mean? You know how we are.
Scare money don't make no money.
Exactly. It wasn't even scare money. It was just more.
It is scare money.
It was more.
Because I go broke for my shit.
Yeah.
I will go broke for my firm.
Now we own that shit. Now we ready. Before it was just really on some, and I hate to say it, arrogance. Juice.
You know what's crazy?
Arrogance. I was more on some.
When you on the floor, and it will sprout something so great.
It's a no plan B. It's like when you realize this is it or nothing, or this is it or death. Like, cause that's how it feels. Like this or death. You know what I mean? That's when it's the fight or flight kicks in. And I think, honestly, season 1, it was more on some. Yeah, we gonna do this shit. The COVID just started. Had a lot of people that was doing shit, couldn't really promote their shit. So it was like, and this was Tory Lanez was having this shit. So we like, man, we gonna really do a quarantine shit. So, and then as time went on,
this season 2, because you gotta think about it. Everybody was in the house.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Like season 1, we was
watching the show. I swear to God.
No matter when we got
so on. So you're talking about
when everybody was shut down.
Yeah.
Everything was shut down. Nobody was going nowhere. You just we could grocery stores.
We could literally hop on any time of day, any time of night, and 400 easy. But then the shit started slowly opening up.
You know who your real fans is.
Yeah. Like even now on Thursday, like I know our demographic is men. It's Thursday night football, some NBA games on.
Why did you do it on Thursday night?
We do on Tuesday. But CJ has some personal shit, and that's also how it is when you working as partners as a team. You know what I mean?
No, you should do that shit without him.
I wanted to.
I'm glad. Can't y'all pre-record your stuff and then have it on a Thursday and then do your stuff on whatever day?
Yeah.
I would have did it without him. The show must go on.
It does. I always tell him he do it, but I'm glad he didn't do this episode.
Yeah.
Why?
And this is the shit that I knew that the viewers, him, young black men needed to hit. You feel me? So,
no old ass white lady or
no anybody with Stein or Berg at the end of their name. It's like, because when you think of defense attorneys, what
I told him before that,
am I lying? What we say, what favorite rap line? I got a Jewish lawyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I got a Christian lawyer with a cardiac arrest.
You feel me? So it's one of those things where, you feel me? And
you don't get to see that shit.
Another thing with us, we're so organic. Like, none of us went to media school, so like a lot of our competition are like radio. But now they fucking with us. Before they was like, yeah, Tone, my boy, you do the movies, the podcast, you get, not the podcast, before the podcast. So you do the movies, you got the clothes, you just a nigga that we know. You feel me? And then it was all love. Then I started stepping on some toes on accident. And then now, the 2 radio stations that's busting, like, all the radio personalities fucking with me. Like, to the point where Leon Rogers like, man, bro, you should think about a career in radio. Like, you should take this shit and put it on iHeart, and I guarantee, like, this shit go.
So why didn't you do it?
We're in the process. Like, all of this shit came from, like, a legit, fun hobby that turned into, a way. So, and then, like I said, we researching as we were going, so it was one of those things where it's like, okay, how can we monetize? Then we have to learn how to monetize.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't go to school for this. Like, we brought all this equipment really on a whim, and it was like, you know what? And then and then we go record music when we're not doing that shit.
Yeah.
And then honestly, we probably did like the recording studio aspect of it for like 2 months, and then after that, like, nah, podcast is where it's at. Like, honestly, this podcast and the clothing line and really the acting shit. Plethora. I have a clothing line called Plethora.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you push that like that, I don't be seeing it like that.
We took a hiatus. We got some shit coming in the spring because we really had to focus on the podcast. Like, the podcast was taking motion, and we was like, let's focus on this.
So you do the clothing line with them?
He got his own record label, and then my artist has his own clothing line.
Yeah.
What's his clothing line?
It's called K.
Just K. It's raw as hell too. Yeah. So it was really one of these things where we all had our own things going on prior, and then this worked. So with this working, we just went and was like, you know what? Let's focus on this.
Well, I think you also need a confirmation. So, like, once you set your season, and then people start saying, okay, you're going to be
And it's been times when it's been dry. Like, even now, like, it's like one person watching, but I guarantee this shit is going to have like 100 views and soon by 11 o'clock tonight. Just off the strength of, how loyal our fan base is that actually.
But if your fan base was loyal, they would be on right now.
They don't know we on the Thursday. Well, they know because we posted it and shit, but like I said,
loyal is loyal. It don't matter. Loyal is loyal.
I mean, I feel
they don't show up whenever.
I feel that, but
I'm not saying you ain't got no fan base.
No. But I feel what you're saying. But the reason why I say that is because I'm loyal to a lot of shit, but when the sports is on, I watch sports. Like, you feel?
You gotta think of the females is different.
Yeah,
they loyal is different.
Yeah, they loyal different. Like,
but it's like, but then that mean if you know that, then you as a businessman, you need to know to not conflict with that big thing, right? So,
I mean, I feel what you're saying, but I think Because I know that it's recorded and they will come back and watch it.
But it don't matter because what if that's one person? What if it's they on right now and they around people who can like watch it, and then that person right there, like you never miss a beat. Fuck the recording. Yeah. If you got a live, you got to capitalize off. What's the point of have a live? Then don't do it. If you don't give a fuck about who watch you on live, then don't do live no more. I feel that. Like you're wasting your time doing the live. I feel that. If you don't care about it, don't do it. If you're gonna have a live up here, you have to capitalize off every avenue. That's an avenue. The pre-recorded is an avenue.
Like they coming, but you have to come on before the sports. You're right. You're right.
Right. So then they come on before the sports, or then they come on after the sports. Like that's what it is.
I mean, I know it sounds like excuses, but
I'm just telling you. Yeah. For future references, you gotta capitalize. Like, what's the if you? It's like, oh, well, pre-record is more important. Okay, don't do the live. Shut the live down. Shut it completely down. True. But clearly, you want it and you want to utilize it, so make it work for you.
Yeah.
What's the needs of the people?
Yeah.
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 Like exposure, you get exposure, capitalize on all your exposure. I'm just saying, you don't do anything without a purpose. Nothing is just like, oh, I'm just posting. Like when I post on my business page, I don't post to just say, oh, look at what I'm doing. I post for likes. I post for exposure. I post for you to tell people like that I look good. I post for everything. I look at algorithms. Yeah. When is a good time to post? I really watch my postings. I pay somebody who watches my Instagram, who knows when I get more likes, what times I get more likes. We don't just post because something happened. If something happened right now, I'm not posting on my business Instagram. You know why? Because the people that follow me do not like around this time. They're not going to like my shit. Yeah. I'm going to get more likes if I post tomorrow at noon. Around noon to 2 p.m. That's when my numbers go up. So I only post around those times. My studio thing, I didn't post the studio thing till yesterday. That's why I kept saying yesterday on Instagram. Yeah. The studio thing happened Tuesday at 7 p.m. I mean, it happened Tuesday afternoon, but the news didn't put it out until like 7 p.m. So I waited to post it. We literally waited to post it because it wouldn't get the exposure it needed. Yeah. As soon as we posted it, the more I woke up in the morning, I actually told him, he like, Ari, we're not going to post the 12. I said, no, drop it right now. I said, I just feel like it's going to be, drop it right now. My dude who do my social media, he posted it. It got likes. It got traction. By the end of the day, it's on Chicago Media Takeout. It's on this and that. So you got to watch the numbers. This is a numbers game.
Chicago Media Takeout.
This is a numbers game. Like, you don't do a business, just say you gotta capitalize. Like now, okay, you started for fun, but now you see it could generate income.
And that's what we are.
And so now, if it can generate income, you gotta find a way to keep making money. You gotta find a way to make it work for you in a way to fund everything else. Tyler Perry said this. Tyler Perry said, I can't remember how many years he said he had been doing his Medea show for so many years. Yeah. Nobody came, only his family and close friends. Nobody came. He said, 1 year, it just took off. And he had ran that play for years. He said, but he had so many different business ideas. He stood on that because he saw that it would eventually bring him money. He stood with that and he let that fund everything else. So you take that one thing that you really love, that's gonna fund, and you put your all into that. Everything else you do in there, you put your all into that and let that fund everything else.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm at now with the podcast, because like that's all. And CJ tell you like that's what we own. We own this. We own the podcast. You know what I mean? So, and that's why I say now I want to take it to the next level. I'm actually reaching out to people, like you say, having them do shit for me. You know what I mean? Before I was not say like I can do it all by myself, but really on some, I got this independent, get it out the mud. We go market. We go.
Yeah, but are you good at marketing?
No.
Because I'm not.
You feel me?
So I have somebody marketing for me. I'm horrible at it.
And that's where I had to come to that realization, like, okay, it's time to put the bag behind it. If I want to make a bag, let's spend the bag. Let's get people out.
But sometimes it's not even about spending a lot. It's just a little bit that can like get you what you need.
Yeah.
Like my guy don't charge me that much to post every month. My friend just started a clothing line in Water Tower.
Yeah.
I just sent him. He make my suits. Well, he just started making my suits.
Well, like your business suits or like jogging suits.
My business suits. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, so he's like a tailor.
He is.
Like yeah.
But he just like he a young boy. I'm saying young because he's younger than me. He like 27. But shout out to Wes if he see this because he think he my manager and I ain't got no fucking manager. Worldwide Wes. Let me find this man. He runs my social media now, and he's my friend. She just started a clothing line. Yeah. He's running his own. So this is he made this suit.
Oh yeah, that's dope. I'm gonna have to have some shit.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he decent.
That's his. He makes those suits. So and he runs my. But look at his likes and stuff.
Yeah.
You hear him?
Yeah.
You see him like and he doing this by himself like and so he's getting my before. And I really didn't care. I'm like, social media, I don't really care. Like, I know I do the work. I'm out here putting in work. I'm out here shaking shit. Judges respect me. Attorneys respect me. My clients respect me. The hood respect me. Fuck social media. So I didn't really care. I was getting like 100 likes, 50 likes.
That's how we
now, with him, I get like 300 likes. And he only been working with me this is the second month I paid him. He been working with me for 2 months. And I didn't double my likes. Yesterday when Media Takeout reached out to us and said they want us to shorten the clip. They like, we want to post your story, but can y'all shorten it? Can y'all send us this clip and shorten it? He was the one who was at home doing it for me because I was busy making money. I had time. I'm like, I don't got time for that shit. Wes. Here go he already had my Instagram password. He got my password to my social media. Run it. You deal with these people. He was sending it out. He was talking to all the people. This other blog had contacted us. He contacted them. WGN contacted us. Wes was the one. He doing it for me.
Yeah. And we got a guy who wants to be our marketing consultant, but I don't know. I think we go rock with both of them. Might as well. You know what I mean?
Why you want to rock with both? Why you need two?
I don't know. I guess because you know how we still want to work with our homies because that's what he do.
It don't fucking matter. No. Listen, it's not that. If you like the other dude, won't you try if you really want to do your homie, this how I am. Try your homie. Do like a little test run with him. And if he's not giving you what you just tell him, like, look, let's try for a little bit.
The shit that he's doing
for his own self.
Yeah, and for like companies that he's
your homie.
Yeah, that he's marketing and shit. And they cool, but I see now that I know, that he's doing your shit. I'm just watching how like you've been moving. I'm like, you know what? You're just on a business aspect of it. It makes sense
to do what?
To work with your homie.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
I just sent the profile to my phone. So
he worked. Listen. You got to be on West ass though. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But it's he know that. I told that just like, we want to get fired. Do you? But I'll just fucking with him. Right. Yeah, but you got to be on his ass. He trying to make a name for himself, but he will work. Yeah. Try him, and he a reasonable price. He'll look at your social media and tell you. He will give you so many helpful tips. Yeah. He's good. Yeah. Like I want to say, like he been helping me. I'm so glad I don't gotta run my social media no more.
And honestly, I'm at the point now that I'm in like CEO mode.
Juice.
And I'm also this juice. And also, we want a lot of you. And I'm at the point now that I need help. You know what I mean? Like before. It was minor scale. Mm-hmm. I could handle it. We could handle it. It's not just a me thing. We can handle it. Everybody had slotted positions, but now
I feel like after COVID, you get really like when real life stuff, maybe like damn, this real life. I got this schedule, I got that schedule. Like me, you got real job, you got real 9 to 5. I got a record label, got a daughter, got a wife, got a whole bunch of shit. You get 5 hours of sleep every night, so it's like
yeah.
Gotta schedule this shit.
Yeah.
It's like social media, it ain't the most important thing, but it's when you run a business.
People making millions off social media.
But they really taking that as they own that shit. You feel me? But when you in the court, you can't be running your social media.
That's why I got him doing it.
You feel me? And
I'll be in court texting him like, "Hey Wes, check He's sitting like, I'm on it right now. Like literally, I'm like literally this my picture. Let me say this picture.
I got
this
you,
man.
I got you, sis.
What she say?
She said I need his information.
Oh, West. Yeah. Send.
Just shout him out. Shout him out.
Worldwide West. Let me and tell him Ari sent y'all.
Tell him Ari sent you.
So he give me a discount.
Yeah. You gotta do an Ari/GTalk2020 discount code.
His name Worldwide West. WES X. Yeah. Mr. Mills, the Ghost of Chicago. That's weird. You know, fucking Ghost of Chicago. Well, whatever. Let him go. Right? He ain't doing nothing. But let me show you. So West. Let me find this nigga. But we literally like he'll wake up today, broadcast it. Quick question. Where are you with this WGN interview? Like he really like my PR person.
Yeah. And that's what we need.
He really be.
We got corporate.
Like, look, and also, this is what I'm saying. There's a benefit in waiting sometimes and posting during the day. Like, he tells you.
Yeah.
No problem. And when they post it, we can re-leverage that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Side note, your IG blowing up and like 15 followers. And I got like 15 followers in 15 minutes. I got 400 followers yesterday.
Yeah.
Off that post.
See, and that's what I need. We need for GTalk2020 because even though we get sponsorships, we know that once we
you tell them Ari sent you.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely DM him after this. I'm gonna definitely slide him DM. But it like with me before, you know how we are. You've been around, you know. Mm-hmm. You know I'm a humble guy, but I'm kind of headstrong. You know what I mean? So I think me was standing in the way of what it was, but now I've humbled enough to say, all right, I gotta reach, and that's good though because it's expanding, and now it's getting to the point where right, you feel me, and so yeah, I want to reach out to West, like we've been getting like hosting gigs, and he can, and
he looks the part. Let me tell you. And if he, because Wes, this is the type of person he is, he'll go back and look at this. I was on it because I shouted him out. Yeah. Wes, don't get your head filled thinking that I'm like your little head. Like I'm just giving you a little shout out. You okay? You ain't all that. Okay.
Right. Sometimes you gotta just humble.
Because I got pride. I'm prideful. Right. I need him for my business, so I'm definitely gonna reach out. Yes, sir. For sure. Reach out. I get you guys. Hopefully, I need this information. Worldwide West, WES.X. Message him. Tell him Ari sent you. Yeah.
He a cold individual too. I don't know.
He good. I just feel like. Ari. And he is a starter. He's starting with his stuff too. Like this is starting. So he takes it seriously because he's trying to make a name for himself too. Yeah. So his prices are reasonable. And he's dedicated. You will have to be on him a little bit. I'm going to tell you that right now. But when you're on him, he's going to do it. So that's the caveat. Yeah. He's good.
He's good. I trust Ari. I don't trust a lot of people. I trust Ari. There's no cap. No cap. Real shit. I don't even trust attorneys. Not even mine, but I'll trust. You
got who's attorney?
I'm fucking with you for now. My man gave me I had to do supervision for a coercion. Let me see. So I didn't even do shit. Yeah, man, it's an old case.
But supervision is not a conviction.
No, so that's cool, but it's just a bullshit. I'm mad I have to do anything.
What about probation?
Probation is a conviction. Don't take probation. But it's better than going to jail.
Yeah.
Some people say, I just want to go to jail. Okay, we still have a conviction.
Right. You just at home convicted.
This one guy was like, I don't got a background. The state was like, yeah, he actually has a misdemeanor UW. I was like, you got a misdemeanor UW? Yeah, but it was his mid. The state was like, he actually got probation. I said, shut the fuck up. Right. Shut up. You just talking. You just talking.
Now, that's another segue. I love you, Ari. So,
what? Get off probation early? Can you use a lawyer?
To do what?
Try to get off probation.
You can, but I would just.
Once it's done, it's done.
No, sometimes they can get you off early. Yeah, if you want to pay. Some people don't want to pay for it. But sometimes that you don't get it, granted. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed.
What law do you practice?
Criminal defense, traffic here and there. I really don't like traffic unless it's a DUI. I'll do a DUI. I don't really like speeding tickets. I'll do them. I don't like none of the traffic shit. I'll do a DUI though. So because DUIs aren't expungable, so if you get convicted for a DUI, you cannot get that off your record. Yeah. So criminal defense, DUIs, and I'm just starting into personal injury. So personal injury is where the money is. I eventually want to take my practice to like solely personal injury and just do criminal defense here and there.
Hammer, hanging picture everywhere. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Peter Pastor Dracy.
Oh, Dracy.
The Hammer.
He's a family law guy, no, Anthony?
I don't know what he do. I don't know his name.
Every time I look on the billboard, every other billboard, it's like, dude, like.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Does he do personal injury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's just
like commercial and shit.
I just want to do personal injury, really, and a little bit of criminal defense. I love my criminal law guys, so they're cool. I mean, I like saving their lives. I remember I was in my apartment. So it's this fucking doctor that lives on the same floor as me, and I had a party for my birthday in my house because it was during COVID last year, so everything was shut down. So we just had like a kickback in my house. And she was knocking on the door. She was like, I have to sleep in the morning. I have to save lives. And I said, I do too. Yeah. You ain't the only one that's saving lives.
You just do it under a knife type shit.
Yeah. I do too.
Now, how can the people get in contact with you? Social media, phone numbers, you know.
What is my social media? It's like Ariel Esquire, the Ari Williams Esquire, or something like that.
And where can they reach you on, like, to actually call or to set up something if they needed to set up something?
The _Ari Williams _ESQ Esquire. If you want to contact me via phone, you can call me at my business line 312-639-7177 to consult. Consultations are free.
And if you pay me $20, I'll tell her to pick up the phone. So.
Somebody's gonna pick it up, not me. Somebody's gonna pick it up. My assistant gonna pick it up.
Real shit. So it was a pleasure having you.
Pleasure being here. For sure. Thanks for inviting me.
For sure. Dropping gems.
Hidden gems, low gems, light gems.
Yeah. We don't even got it. Fuck this shit. We ain't got to talk about no more. Nothing else. I think that was a good show.
I told you 5 minutes ago, I'm like, you put down to earth.
Real shit. Now, this is a sidebar, but I just watched the last episode last night. You seen Squid Game?
No. What is that about?
I had time to watch TV. Go to the movies real quick, bounce out, and just leave. I don't have time to be on that.
What is it about?
It's pretty much about, it's a Korean show, and I don't know, subtitles suck. The shit on the screen don't match.
What are they doing?
They playing all children's games, but when you lose your life, they kill you. But these people were pretty much found because they were in so much debt that, like, they were, you know, so it was pretty much like the premise of Hunger Games, but they put themselves in a situation. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like Hostel. It was kind of like Hunger Games all in one. So it was like people were really in debt, personal debt, crazy shit going on, needed money for different things.
But it's just a show, though, right?
But it's just a show, yeah. And the way they get you to go, they kind of recruited you. Somebody will come.
Is it supposed to be a reality show?
No, it's fiction.
I was like, hold on, they ain't killing nobody for real.
Yeah, it's fiction.
So what's so fun about that?
It's crazy because they really like blowing niggas' brains out. Like you seeing people just playing rock paper scissors and then they lose and the nigga just come up and smoke their ass and blood everywhere. So it's, you know how some stuff be so tripped out that you can't stop watching it.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
How many episodes?
I think it was 7 and they like 30, 45 minutes.
Watch the Wu-Tang series. That's a good show.
You know what?
I really don't watch television.
Can I be honest? Can I have a moment of honesty? I have not watched one episode of the Wu-Tang shit.
You know what's crazy?
And people ask me, see Hector, and people ask me, I just bluff because I know Wu-Tang. So
I'm a hip hop fan. You know me.
Yeah, so it's like
they just had like a thing at Leaders. I was there for the Wu-Tang thing at Leaders. I got me like a shirt.
I'm still on the first season. I didn't want to watch it because I'm like, I love hip hop, but I'm like, I don't want this to be corny as hell. I was in the crib. I'm like,
it was good.
Maybe that's why I was
I think Joe Budden said it was good.
Yeah.
That shit like, and it's crazy because you really figuring out the characters. So then after like the third song, who's who? Like,
You know what?
The story.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I listened to the Breakfast Club a lot too. And RZA, Ghostface, they interviews and shit. They tell the backstories of the show. So that was what made me really watch it. I think Ghostface got shot up by Raekwon or some shit. It's crazy, bro. Like how they became cool and shit.
Because they was real beefing. They was like, that's what makes the Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
thing,
RZA
like,
playing both sides with his brother.
yeah, because it was like real. It was some real like Staten Island, Brooklyn gang shit. Like because they was really deep as hell. But I just can't get into made for TV life shit.
Nah, that shit real.
Like, and then especially they start playing actors.
But I'm sure you watched the BMF stuff, right?
But I'm watching that under pretense of I know this story. I've watched enough documentaries that I'm
right. That's what I said. It's the same thing.
But I'm looking at that for.
I'm good for excuses. I figured that out.
I'm looking at.
Y'all got an excuse for some shit. I hate a nigga with excuses. I be like,
I ain't got excuses. No. I just got.
Some dude planned a date for me, and I said, make sure you make a reservation. Okay, guess what? You forgot to make the reservation. So we got there. They was like, we're actually closed.
Oh, damn.
Last day you'll have with me.
Damn.
Never again.
Damn.
Never.
I ain't gonna say I make excuses.
Always excuses. Like,
I just like. I'm more interested in calling out. When I watch TV, I'm looking for faults. So I'm watching BMF for faults.
You can do something in time.
Because
you ain't making your argument.
No, it's not the same.
It's
not the same. It's not the same. I'm trying to really get into it. Every time I want to watch it,
you ain't giving it a chance.
I can't give it a chance. Something in me won't give it a chance. It's like if it ain't, you like Santa Claus. You want to find out Santa Claus. Right? Did I watch Santa?
You watched the Twitter, right? The movie. I wish you would say something you didn't. You watched All Eyes on Me because that wasn't that good.
It's pop.
You watched.
But I watched it for the.
That shit was garbage. Boys in the Hood. You watched that.
You didn't like Boys in the Hood?
It was alright. It wasn't the best of all of them.
I watched it for reasons to hate it. Like.
Okay. All right. Y'all done.
Talking about me on Chirac. I gotta find reasons to hate it.
Yeah, like.
I'll get my nephew, y'all.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna start making excuses. Ari and Chav have convinced me that I make excuses. I'm done making excuses. I'm going to reach out to World Wide West. I'm going to watch the Wu-Tang sometime.
That's bad. I was on camera. So
no,
my neck was up.
You won't do it. Hey, I be stretching and scratching.
What was I saying? And like I said, do everything with a purpose.
Yeah, I'm doing everything with a purpose.
Absolutely.
Ari is now on payroll to be our lawyer and life coach. Whenever I'm gonna give her an excuse like, man, gee, I wanted to, but
she ain't showing up for it.
Y'all have a good night.
You have a good night. Love y'all. Peace. Yeah.
Nope.
For sure.
Don't play.
Wes, you gonna be hearing from us. Shout out Ari. Just not the last time I go see her. She gonna be in here dropping gems. We even gonna give her a segment if she down for it.
A segment? That's too much.
No, once a month. Just come drop some gems. Once a month.
I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Invite me next month.
I got you. We got you in November. You got to come out. It's my birthday month anyway, so we lit.
Do it like it's your B-Day.
Yeah, every day.
Your birthday November?
November 10th, 1987. A star was born.
Oh.
It was Tuesday, 10 a.m. It was raining outside. I
remember. All right, guys. We're going to get next week. We love y'all, man.
All right, y'all. Peace.